Good morning, friends. It is a beautiful day here in Colorado. Fall has just begun, and I'm really excited to be out here hiking in an area of the state I haven't ever spent much time. This is an area I've driven through a few times, but never headed out on foot. So it's going to be really beautiful today. And while we're hiking, I'll also be sharing some of my favorite fall destinations that you can check out here in Colorado. Now, Colorado is like my second home. My mom lives here. My grandparents lived here when I was a kid. So I've been coming here since the age of around 5 or 6, spending a lot of time in the Rockies. And while I've done a lot of hiking in the Aspen and Maroon Bells area, the rest of the state I haven't been able to explore in full. So while I've been visiting my mom for a few days, I took today off to come and explore this area of the Western Slope. The area that we're in today is between the Rockies and the deserts of Utah. And it's basically this big transition zone where you go from the high rocky peaks of the Rockies into plateaus and more desert landscapes as you head farther west. So it's a really beautiful area, and the fall colors are just starting. The aspen trees are turning yellow, and the drive here from Glenwood was beautiful. You pass Powderhorm Mountain, and right through there as you're heading through the mountains, it's just golden and beautiful. So I'm really excited for today's hike, which is on a trail called the Crag Crest Trail. It's 10.3 miles, and it's going to take us up the side of this plateau onto a ridgeline where we're going to have views all around. This time of year in Colorado really offers so much variety. There's really nowhere bad in the state that you can choose, because here in this part of the state you have where the Rocky Mountains meet the Western Plateaus, and it's just beautiful. You know, farther west, closer with the border with Utah, you have places like Colorado National Monument, which is definitely one of my favorite places to visit, especially in the winter months when it's cooler or snow covered in the rest of the state. Usually the Colorado National Monument has very little snow, if any, and it's kind of like Colorado's Grand Canyon. You can drive along the scenic rim road, which takes you high above the valley floor to look down into Grand Junction, and also all of the beautiful rocky spires that come up out of the ground, and it make for some pretty epic scenery. So I love the western part of this state as well. And this part of the state where we are right now, this trail in particular, starts on the Grand Mesa Scenic Byway. This goes by Purgatory Ski Resort and eventually spits you out in Durango. And right now it is so beautiful. There are so many yellow aspen trees, and it is just gorgeous. So if you're looking for a place to explore in Colorado, you can skip the national parks and you can choose some of these less visited areas along the scenic byways. There's tons of mountain passes that you can visit before the snow comes, because most of those, if not all, do close when the winter comes. So this is a great time of year to go and explore these places. Just make sure you're leaving no trace. Wow, this is quite a view up here. We are now on the crest. There is a huge drop-off where a series of volcanic eruptions about 10 million years ago carved huge channel into the land here. And it looks like it happened yesterday. There are volcanic rocks everywhere on the trails here and deep into this gully beyond the camera that's created this crest where we are hiking today. Beyond that, over there towards western Colorado, you have the Colorado Plateau. You have tons of lakes as well, the edge of the mountains here, and then you reach that area near Grand Junction where you have the more desert landscapes of western Colorado and eastern Utah as well. But this is just absolutely beautiful. I didn't know what to expect coming up here because I've never hiked in this part of the state, but it is blowing me away. And if you're looking for more fall places to explore here in the state, another one of my favorites is over by Aspen, driving up Independence Pass, which I actually did yesterday with my mom. It's a beautiful time to explore that area. Lots of beautiful colors. There's lots of hiking along that road as well. It is very narrow and it is not meant for large vehicles, but if you've got a small car or an SUV SUV, not towing a trailer, definitely recommend checking out that drive up Independence Pass, stopping at the top, getting a view of all the mountains, and if you're so inclined, continuing on to Twin Lakes, maybe having lunch there, and then heading back to Denver or continuing on your adventures in Colorado. The second favorite of mine is driving Kebler Pass. This is one I hate to give away because it's really one of my favorite drives, but it connects Carbondale through a mountain pass on a dirt road all the way into the beautiful town of Crested Butte, the wildflower capital of Colorado. Squirrels up there busily collecting all of the acorns that they can. This is the literal definition of jaw-dropping. My mouth is just on the floor walking up here. We are on this ridge line now on the Crag Crest. As you can see, it just drops off into the mountains here, full of yellow, beautiful aspens and firs and pines. And then on the other side, it goes into that volcanic chute. Just incredible being up here. I had no idea this existed so close to my mom's house. Thank you so much to Mark, who actually emailed me and told me about this destination. It's incredible. Just look at this view. I love this state. And I love the mountains. Not that I ever have days where I don't love the mountains, but today's scenery is just really, really incredible. And it's just reminding me so much about why I love this state so much, and especially this time of year. Fall may be my favorite season. It's hard to pick one, but I love the cooler temperatures and I love the rich, vibrant, and different colors that you see across the mountains this time of year. One of my other favorite fall destinations here in Colorado has to be Rocky Mountain National Park. And I know I said earlier in this video to skip the national parks. You can skip the national parks and you can choose some of these less visited areas. But in the fall season, if you're here in the area and you can get a reservation for your vehicle, definitely recommend heading into Rocky Mountain National Park. You can drive Trail Ridge Road if it's still open, and there's just so many beautiful areas like Alluvial Fan and the west side of the park near Grand Lake, where you can just drive through the beautiful aspen trees and see elk and waterfalls. I love that park so much. I've been there countless times. And if you're gonna go to any national parks in the state, that's definitely one of my favorites. One thing about doing any hiking here in Colorado in the fall is that you really have to be prepared for any and all kind of weather. Now, one of the things when reading about this trail was to start early because there can be afternoon thunderstorms. This is kind of a high point here in this area of the mountains. We're at over 10,000 feet. Most of the other land is kind of lower than this. So if there are thunderstorms, it's going to hit this area first. There's also lots of rocks around. So it's always best to check the weather, especially if you're hiking during this season. You'll want to bring some layers, a rain jacket, a mid layer, probably some gloves and a hat too. This ridgeline was epic, and we're just coming to the end here of the crest. From here, I'm gonna head down this hillside and back through the lowlands to get back to the car. So we are just about halfway now. I've been going really slowly and just enjoying this beautiful scenery. And a lot of the people that I've seen hiking this trail have turned around on the top of the crest and just gone back the way they came, making this about 5 or 6 miles round trip. But I'm gonna be doing the whole thing today. So we've got several more miles left before we get back to the car. This area that I'm in right now is full of lakes, and they are so beautiful. This one behind me is called Upper Eagleston Lake. And if you're doing this trail, the loop trail that is, you're gonna pass by several lakes. It's just a really beautiful time of year to be here. And one of the really cool things about this whole area of Colorado is that it's a lot of federal land. So right now we're in National Forest, and that's surrounded by lots more National Forests, also BLM land. So you're gonna see a lot of mixed use of this area. There is open pasture here, so there might be cows that you run into on this trail. There's also available obviously for hiking, biking, horseback riding, hunting, and fishing. So it's just a really great place for people of all likes to be able to come and experience this beautiful little slice of Colorado. I've just seen some cows that we should be approaching on the trail here. Cows always give me a slight amount of fear. Hopefully they're nice cows. Hello there. And hello there. Hi. Hi cows. I'm just a friend. Do you mind if I walk by? Hello. Is this okay? Don't worry, I'm stay far away from your baby. Hi, are you the cutest? Are you the cutest little babe? Walking by cows always gives me a slight heart attack because I think when it comes to animals out in the wild, cows actually cause the most injuries out of any other wild creature, lions, tigers, wolves, etc. So I always like to be really cautionary when I'm going by them. Luckily these guys were pretty friendly. I'm sure they're quite used to seeing people. So much beauty, so many lakes. This trail has been incredible. And I hope you guys enjoyed checking it out with me and also learning about some of my other favorite fall destinations here in Colorado. I love this state so much. There's just so much beauty, so many different landscapes as well. And I will definitely be back in this area sometime in the next couple of years, hopefully with some camping gear because it looks like a fantastic place to spend a few days exploring. And if you want to see more Colorado content, you can check that out at the playlist that I have in the description of this video. I will see you guys all in the next one.